Today we're going to look at how we can use the Property Market Intel platform to source off-market opportunities and send letter campaigns to potential properties that we can pick up that are not currently on the market, bring them to market either for your own portfolio or sourcing for other investors. So you're going to navigate to the off-market sourcing section. You're going to choose what country you're wanting to source in, so we're going to choose Scotland today. And then you're going to be met with this screen. So the first thing you want to do is to select the area you're looking to source in. So if you know the outcode, the postcode, you can do that. Or if you want to just customize your own area, you can clear area and just draw a custom area. So if we're going to look at this area in the west end of Glasgow today, which is mainly flatted and it's a high value area, so we're going to just draw an area here. Once we have that area selected, the platform is going to instantly select every property we have on our records within that area. So what you then need to do is you need to then filter that down into the type of properties you want to target. So for example, we want to target flats, so you can choose the type here. You can then currently select who the current resident is, so you're in most cases want to avoid privately rented, as most renters won't pick up your letter or care for your letter. So we're going to go for unknown and owner occupied, and we're going to go for, we're actually not going to select construction age because we're not fussed on what the construction age of the property is. But if you're wanting to target new builds, for example, you can select 2000 onwards, or if you want to select more dated properties, you can select the two different time periods here. Next we're going to go on to price. So with all properties we have a live estimate of their current value. So here you can select what you want that minimum current value to be. So we can go from 200,000 and we're going to say we have a max budget of 300,000. So that's going to select all the properties that we currently believe that are within £200,000 to £300,000 worth. You can also filter this by price per square foot, and you can also select when the property was last sold. So we want to say the property hasn't sold within the last, let's say, 3 years. That means there's a higher chance of the current owner looking to sell if not just currently purchased. Or you might want to do a reversal and look at the current market and say some people might have bought a property in the last 12 to 18 months that they maybe can't afford, or maybe it was an investment property and their rate is now going up, and they're looking to offload the property maybe at a discount as they're looking for a quick sell. So you can then go to sold within and say all properties have sold within the last 36 months or sold within the last 12 months, but we're going to go hasn't sold within the last 36. Size, so here you can select size of the property, so you can do the square foot of the property, the number of habitable rooms, and even the number of bedrooms. So we can say, let's say we want to do all 2 to 4 beds, and we're not too fussed about the square foot. The next, we can also select rating, so from low to high. Essentially this is the maximum rating that the property can have. Sorry, that's the minimum rating the property can have, and the maximum rating, maximum being the best, so A+, all the way down to the minimum, which is the lowest, which is G, and that's the current rating and also potential rating. These are also good ways to actually find unmodernised properties by selecting only properties that have got a current rating between E and G. We can then search here, and this will return 26 properties in that area that have EPCs between E and G. Now, if we come back out, so if that was a search that you'd like to conduct, and you then have the 26 properties, you can come in here and you can deselect. If there's a couple in there that you don't like the look of, you can select down. So we'll select that down to maybe only 20. Take away another one. We can then send letters to these properties easily by saying send. You can then create your own custom templates, and we have a standard template here. You can select. You can then add whatever you like in this letter. You can also use custom tags, so you can add in your email address, your company name, your full name, your mobile. You can also add in the address of the property you're sending it to make it more personal. Your logo will appear here. You can change your logo in settings from the My Account section up at the top. And once you have your template perfected, you can then press preview, which will let you preview the letter, and you can then press either self-service, which will download a PDF of all your letters that you can then send at home, or you can do our letter service, which will then take you to Stripe, where you can then pay for the letter. We recommend adding a meaningful campaign name, so for example, G12 200 to 300k properties and 2 to 4 beds. And that will help us keep track of the campaign. We can then press self-service, then press save, and these will then generate letters for us, download them, and then we can send them at home. And then you can see here in your letter history, you get G12, blah blah blah, and you can view, and you can go in there and actually see the letters that you sent. And you can either send a follow-up to only some of them, you can send a follow-up to all of them. It's up to you. But that's a quick overview on how to use our off-market letter sending tool to send off-market letters, to source new opportunities that aren't currently in the market, and find new deals using our data-driven approach and smart filtering techniques.